Alright guys, I saw Batman v Superman last night. First showing, 6 o'clock. I gotta see the movie. Alright, here are my thoughts. Well, first off, I gotta say, don't listen to the critics. The critics have no freaking idea what they're talking about. They took this one flaw of the movie, and they just like, boom, it ruined the entire freaking movie. Like, it was only in like, the flaw was present in only like 3 scenes, okay? And the flaw I'm talking about was that it's choppy, not coherent, right? In the beginning of the movie, there were like a few scenes where they jumped from Batman, Superman to Lois Lane, right? I think they jumped to Wonder Woman too, I don't even remember. But like, it was choppy. It looked like they just put a bunch of scenes together, right? It looked choppy, I'm not gonna lie, right? Some of the CGI was bad, like the kryptonite gas and that cube stuff that went over Cyborg. But like, that's little minute things here and there. That's not gonna ruin a movie for me, you know. Overall, the movie was great in my opinion. I enjoyed it. I really liked it. All right, so you know what? I'm just gonna go off my top 3 favorite scenes, and we're gonna go from there. Number 1, my favorite scene, the Martha scene, bro. The Martha scene. All right. Superman is on the ground. Batman is on top of Superman, right? And then Superman is like, Martha, we would say Martha or something like that, right? And then they have Martha or something. We have to save Martha, something like that, right? And then Batman is like, what did you say? How do you know that name? How do you know that name? Right? I didn't realize that Martha Kent and Martha Wayne, I didn't realize that they had the same name. I'm like, what the freak is happening right now? So like, Batman's freaking out, like, how do you know that name? How do you know that name? Why are you saying that name? Right? And then Lois Lane comes running in and it's like, stop. And then he's like, how do you know that name? And she's like, that's his mother's name. And then Batman is like, holy freaking cow. He like, oh, it's crazy, man. That scene was so amazing. So Batman gets off Superman and he's like, oh my gosh, right? And then Superman explains what's going on. Like, Superman didn't want to fight Batman in the first place. He went over there to explain to him, yo, I need your help. We gotta help me save my mom. He's like, he didn't want to fight. Dang it, man. Yeah, so Batman gets off, and then he's like, blah, 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 they're talking, and then Batman realizes what's going on, and he's like, and he tells Superman, he's like, can I promise you something? Your mother is not gonna die. We're gonna save your mother. Or something like, no, Martha is not going to die. That's what he said. Martha is not going to die. He was like saving his mom. He was saving his mother through Clark Kent. Like, he had a connection to Superman through Martha Kent. And that is a huge missed opportunity. My friend brought this up. Last night after the movie, my brother, my friend, and I, we were talking for a while. I should have recorded that. That was really interesting, actually, that conversation. But what he brought up was, first I said, I didn't know that they were going with the full-out Doomsday storyline. I thought they were just going to bring in Doomsday, right? This is not like the full iteration of Doomsday, right? They're just going to get rid of him and then bring proper Doomsday, do the complete Death of Superman storyline later. They did the whole freaking Death of Superman storyline in this movie. They did the Dark Knight Returns storyline and the Death of Superman storyline. I think it was a bit too much in the movie. You could have done with just Batman v Superman, but I mean, with what they had, they did good with what they had. I'm going off on a tangent. All right, so I didn't think that they were going to do the whole Death of Superman thing, but since they did, I wished that they would have, the Clark and Bruce interaction, the relationship should have been a lot more deep, because that is what I loved about the Doomsday storyline. Superman dies, right? And then you see how emotionally it affects Batman. He goes over the grave and he said, all we've been through, whatever, I respect you, all that stuff, like, it hurt him emotionally. Like, he was off in a distance, watching the funeral procession because he didn't want to go. I mean, like, you could tell it hit him hard emotionally. And it didn't hit him hard obviously, I mean, like, he failed him and stuff. he was telling Diana, I failed him, I failed, right? But it didn't hit him as emotionally as it did in the Doomsday storyline, right? And that is what I missed. I didn't like that. If they were going with the death of Superman, I wanted a deeper connection between Batman and Superman. But now, with that Martha scene, the Martha connected them too. Martha connected Clark and Bruce. So, what I wish, this is what my friend brought up, and I wish they did this. This was the golden opportunity that they missed, because Martha was the link. They used Martha as the link between Clark and Bruce. So, what should have happened was Bruce walking with Martha in the funeral procession. And instead of saying to Diana, I failed him, he should have said to Martha, I'm sorry I failed your son. And then it would Martha would be like a second mother to Bruce. You would have that connection. Bruce is having that connection with Martha. Bruce is having that connection with Superman through Martha. You would have that same intense emotional feeling. It's not between Clark and Bruce, but it sort of is, but it's through Martha. How intense would that have been? Oh my freaking gosh, that would have been so intense. And you could have had it so where Martha knew who Bruce was, because Bruce is a freaking billionaire or whatever. Martha, and his mask was his mask broken at the time? Yeah, his mask was broken off at the time, right? And so Martha could have recognized Batman, be like, I'm your son's friend. And then she's like, yeah, I recognize the cape, right? And so Martha could have recognized Batman at the time. So him saying, I failed your son, and all that stuff, walking with him, she could have realized, put the two and two together, and it would have brought the families closer together. It would have brought Bruce closer to the Kent family, and then that connection, the emotional bond, and then you can really develop that brotherly bond between Batman and Superman. And they missed out on that. That was a perfect opportunity. I'm mad they did. That was so freaking perfect. They laid it up. Dang it, man. That would have been freaking perfect. Alright, second favorite scene. Lex Luthor on the rooftop with Superman. First off, if you didn't like Lex Luthor in trailers, you're not gonna like Lex Luthor in the movie, because it's the same thing but over the top. I mean, you could have, but I mean, I liked Lex Luthor in the movie. Honestly, it was like two Lex Luthors. Jesse Eisenberg played two different characters. You had the assertive, strong, confident, don't mess with me Lex Luthor. And then you had the freaking psychopath Riddler. Ding, 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 ding. I have no freaking clue what that was, Lex Luthor, right? The scene with the, the scene with the, probably my fourth favorite scene. I have three favorite scenes. One of my favorite scenes was Lex Luthor talking to the secretary, right? There, you get the assertive, you get the dark, you get the don't mess with me Lex Luthor, right? You get the whole savior complex. Then with the rooftop, right? The rooftop scene with Superman, oh my freaking gosh, my second favorite scene in the entire movie. How he just freaking throws Lois Lane off the building. That totally reminded me of that Supergirl episode, right? He throws Lois Lane off the building, and then you see Superman save her, and he's smiling at her. That smile is so comforting, right? Like, don't worry, don't have to worry about anything in the world. I'm here. That was that smile, right? He saved her, put her down, and then he goes up, and then Lex reveals that Lex is like, you know what? I got the woman of your dreams, and Superman's like, nah, bruh. I saved Lois Lane. She's on the ground. Don't worry. And then Lex is like, nope. And then he shows pictures of Martha Kent, the mother of the devil. Superman is the devil, and he wrote witch on Martha Kent's forehead, and Superman is like, what the freak is happening right now? And then he just starts tossing the Polaroids at Superman, and Superman falls to his knees and is like looking at the pictures, and then that's when you see Lex Luthor putting his hand on Superman's head. Like, yo, man, the imagery in this movie was amazing. The cinematography in this movie was amazing. I gotta hand it to freaking Zack Snyder, man. The imagery and the cinematography was absolutely gorgeous. It was so deep, it hit you, man. I'm telling you. he's like throwing the Polaroids at him, and Superman bends down. He's like kneeling before, not really kneeling, but you know what I mean. Like the roles are switched. Like Lex in the position of power. Shoot, man, that scene was so amazing. My third favorite scene. Okay, see, that is why I like Lex in the movie. But then he goes like in the cell scene at the end, like he shaves his head. He's like, oh, he's coming. He watching us all over. Like he knows where we're at. Ding, 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 ding. What the freak is he doing, man? He was like the freaking Joker, the Riddler, or something. Like I don't get. They need to tone that. He was a bit too eccentric. They need to tone that down. I mean, where Lex Luthor on the rooftop, Lex Luthor with the secretary, that is the Lex Luthor I want. I'm fine with that Lex Luthor. He's a little bit eccentric, right? The Lex Luthor when he was making the speech and he's freaking mumbling and fumbling all over the place. What the freak was that? I don't like that. The Lex Luthor I got on the rooftop, the Lex Luthor I got talking to the secretary, I like that. I'm fine with that. Continue with that, Jesse Eisenberg. Drop the whole ding 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 ding. Oh, lo Buddha, hoday, Monday, someday. Drop all that nonsense, okay? All right. Third favorite scene. All right, no. Before I get to that, I also honorable mention the scene with Lex and Zod. Oh my gosh! It's like, do you want to assume command? Yes. Alexander Luthor, do you want to assume command? All that stuff where he cuts himself and he pours it onto Zod's body. Like, oh my freaking gosh, that was so intense. Blood of my blood, that's what he said. So intense. Like, you see Lex Luthor coming into power, you know? Like, that is what the Lex I liked. There was like two different Lexes in this movie. One I liked, one I didn't like. Alright. So my third favorite scene, the opening sequence, man. I'm telling you, the imagery and cinematography in this movie is amazing. The opening sequence with Batman's parents dying. You saw the pearl necklace on the gun and then shoots. The pearl necklace breaks. Batman is falling and you see the pearl. One pearl that he probably carries with him fell to the ground, and then you see him being carried up by the bats. He's being he's born again, new. He has a purpose in life. He knows what he has to do. Like, the imagery in this movie is amazing. That opening sequence was absolutely amazing. My brother missed the first 15 minutes of the movie. I'm so sad, man. We're definitely gonna see that movie again. We're gonna see the movie again. Because I want to see that. I want him to see that opening sequence again. I want to see that Flash scene again. I want to see that ending scene again with Lex in the cell. What was he saying? I don't really know. All right, let's go down with the characters. Lois Lane. Meh, I don't really care for her that much in the movie. She did a decent job, whatever, who cares? Alright, I'm sorry, Amy Adams, but you're not that memorable. Alright, Superman, you did a good job. I liked it. Yo, man! Okay, what? The Flash scene where, okay, first the nightmare. Let's go with the nightmare scene. Alright, I know this is all over the place, but who cares? It's like a reaction video. It's not a freaking full-fledged review. The nightmare scene, boom, out of nowhere, right? What's happening, right? So Batman walks into the bus thingy, and he sees, oh, it's a light. Oh, this is a setup. It's not real kryptonite. Boom, everyone starts shooting at him. Bro, that suit is freaking laced with metal or something. I don't even know. He got shot in the head. Nothing happens. I think that's from a different scene, but whatever, right? Yo, okay, so you see parademons, whatever, you see the Omega symbol and all this stuff. So this looks like it's the future, right? Then he wakes up, oh, what's happening? And then you see Flash coming through this freaking portal thing, and I'm thinking like, yo, what the freak is happening right now? Is that freaking Red Tornado? Is that freaking Red Hood? Why is Iron Man in this movie? Like, I had no clue what was happening. You see like the mask like opening up and like, what the freak is happening? And then wait, oh, that's Flash, right? It took me a while to realize who that was. I don't like Flash with the goatee in the suit. I'm thinking this is like weary battle time in the future, so he has no time to shave or something. But in the Justice League movie, bro, Ezra, you gotta shave. You're making freaking Jason Momoa shave his freaking chest hair, boy. You gotta shave your goatee, man. You gotta shave it. Alright, so Ezra Miller, freaking the Flash, was like, you were right about him. He's not who he says he is. Lois Lane is the key. So Batman didn't do anything about Lois Lane from what I remember, right? He didn't do anything about Lois Lane. How is Lois Lane the key? I have no freaking clue. He like freaking completely disregarded that. But he is the key. I mean, like, he's not who he says he is. You know, you were right all along. Batman took that as Superman's this evil person and he's gonna destroy the world. He took that, and so he used that as a catalyst to go and, you know, yo, I gotta do this, man. I gotta take down Superman, right? He used that as motivation. I don't think the Flash was talking about Batman. I don't know why I'm getting the vibe that Flash thinks that he came to the wrong time. Like, oh, Batman has no clue what I'm talking about right now. I don't know why I'm thinking that. I don't know why. Because I talked to my friend and I talked to my brother, and they both said, no, he never said anything like that. But I don't know why I'm thinking like that. Alright, but I'm thinking Flash didn't mean anything about Superman, right? But then again, okay, and also, Flash can run back in time, right? So Flash came from the future, right? But he can't project the future for other people to see from as long as I know, right? So that Martian Manhunter theory could still be valid. Martian Manhunter could have shown Batman the future and then Flash come in or something. I don't know. But then why was Batman? Because see, Batman was looking for kryptonite in the present day, right? And then he was trying to find it there. So my friend is like, maybe that was actually, Batman was sort of teleported to this other time randomly, and he doesn't even know how. And that was actually Batman's decision. He was actually like looking for kryptonite or something. He was planted into the future. I don't even know what's happening. I don't know. I have no clue what's happening with that sequence, really. I think it was a vision of the future. Flash came to warn him, but I don't know how that vision got there, because I don't think Flash can project a vision for other people to see, right? All right. Now, talking about the future and all that stuff, when Wonder Woman was looking at the files on the thing, I hated that. I mean, I hate it, but I thought that was just thrown in there. The cameos, like freaking Jason Momoa. Jason Momoa is a freaking beast, man. I love Jason Momoa. But what did you do, bro? What? Zack Snyder, man, you could have directed him a little bit better. He's like freaking looking at, like, he's like coming. I love the eyes. Then he comes out. And he's staring at the camera, right? Like for 20 hours of awkwardness. And then he goes back and his hair covers his face. And then I'm thinking like, yo, Jason Momoa is probably like, yo, please let the hair get off my face. I need to get more screen time. Hair, please move. You're annoying me right now. And then he comes back and then he stabs him. Why did it take 2 hours to freaking stab the guy? You should have just come out and went bam, you know? Yo, but when he when he swam off, that freaking underwater sonic boom thing, that was awesome, man. And the Flash thing, he was just like nonchalantly like, yo, he was like looking at he's like buying some milk, and then he sees something, boom, boom. Yo, this Flash is so much faster than Barry Allen in the TV show. So much faster. You could barely see him move. It was like a blink, right? And then you saw the lightning all over the place, bro. That was awesome. Cyborg, I don't really care about Cyborg that much, but that was pretty cool. The CGI, I told you, the CGI and the cube thing was absolute trash, but that was pretty cool. That scene was intense. But honestly, all those cameos were completely out of place. Like, it took away from the movie. It just... Here's how I would have done the cameos. Okay, you saw Flash. You know Flash is from the future, right? So, you have a mid-credit scene. I know Christopher Nolan doesn't like end-credit, mid-credit scenes. Get over yourself. So... no disrespect to Christopher Nolan, you're amazing. But I would have had a mid-credit scene where you see Flash going back to his time, right? He's walking down a hallway in Watchtower with Batman whoever told him to go back in time to tell Batman what was happening, to warn him, right? You see him walking down the hallway, and then you see him opening up into this room, and then you see the Justice League just standing there. Boom, done, end credits. That would have been perfect. That would have been perfect. It would have been a mid-credit scene because you don't want to really take away from the funeral scene, and you want to end the movie on a little bit lighthearted note, you know. So, mid-credit scene would have been perfect. They should have done that and gotten rid of that whole Wonder Woman looking at the clips in the middle of the movie. It shouldn't have been in the middle of the movie. I didn't like that. By the way, Wonder Woman. I haven't talked about Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman fight scenes with Doomsday were amazing. Notice I'm not even talking about Doomsday because, I mean, he was cool and all, but, you know, whatever. Wonder Woman fight scenes are amazing. It was so cool seeing Batman stand off on the side, like, yo, I can't do anything right now. And then, Superman and Batman, and Wonder Woman going at it. Like, you could tell they had this connection. Like, yo, we're both superpowered beings. We're going at this, right? And it was really cool seeing Superman lay back also. And Wonder Woman just go at Doomsday on her own with the sword and the lasso. Yo, and also when Clark stabbed him with the kryptonite spear. Holy cow. And then Nuke into space thing and all this stuff. And then like you can see him become like getting all withered, and with the sun and yo, that was so cool. I didn't think that they were gonna do that, but I'm glad they did. Yo, and they did it. They didn't show the black suit with the silver S, but they had in the funeral box. In the funeral in the thing. They had the black suit with the silver S on the coffin. That was cool. I like that. Batman, I'm telling you, man, this is the best Batman we got. This is the best Batman. Ben Affleck delivered, man. He delivered Bruce Wayne and he delivered Batman. Both he delivered. And bro, you saw how much he was lifting, man? I'm telling you, it was like 444 plates. 3 or 4 plates, right? 3 or 4 plates he was doing push-ups with. Pull-ups. And I don't even know how much he was benching, bro. There was like 3 plates on each side. 4 plates on each side? I don't even know. Was he benching? I don't even know, bro, but this man was lifting heavy. The one thing I don't like was that, yeah, Ben Affleck got big, bro. Ben Affleck got big, but he looks like 3 times bigger with the suit on. Even Henry Cavill, when they're touching his chest, you can see like the padding. You know, the suit adds tons of padding. Especially on Batman, like his shoulders are this big, and then in the suit his shoulders are like this big, you know. So, but Batman, I'm telling you, the Batman scenes are his fight scenes were amazing. But I'm telling you, bro, Batman freaking kills people. He straight up shoots people in the chest with the machine guns. He shoots people, blows up their cars, and freaking destroys them. I don't know what Zack Snyder is saying, that he killed people. Not directly, like he shot the car and it blew up, or he shot something like the grenade rolled and then it blew up. Nah, bro, he freaking shot people, man. He shot people. They died. Okay. But here's the thing. It didn't feel out of place with this Batman. It didn't feel out of place. My only issue with him killing people is, I thought they were gonna do something with Flashpoint in the future, because they got 2 huge actors to play Martha and Thomas Wayne. Right? If you have a Batman that's already this brutal, what's Thomas Wayne gonna be? You know, Thomas Wayne is known for wielding a gun and being super brutal. So are they not gonna do a Flashpoint paradox? I don't know. But because they picked these really big actors that could play, Thomas Wayne and Martha Wayne, you know, in the Flashpoint paradox. I thought, you know, I don't know. But yeah. All in all, man, this movie was great. I liked Lex. I told you there was like 2 Lexes. I like that one Lex. Oh, and the ding, 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 ding. He's coming. He sees us in the end in the cell. I don't know what's going on. Let me know if you guys remember what he was saying. The Flash scene. Let me know if you remember what he was saying. The ending scene with Lex. Let me know if you remember what he was saying. But yeah, all in all, I love this movie. This was good. It was a little bit choppy in the beginning, but once it got into its pace, the movie was fantastic. I loved it. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. It was a fun experience, and I wish they had an end credit scene, but I don't know. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the movie. Let me know down in the comment section how you thought. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Do you agree with the critics? Because I went into this movie thinking I was going to be like the critics. I thought I was not going to like it, right? But I did. I enjoyed it a lot. So let me know down in the comment section how you feel about the movie, how you felt before, how you felt after, did it change? And I will see you guys later. Goodbye.